So, this is gonna be a talking only episode. It is actually quite late, and I don't know how I've been able to fuck it up once again that much actually, because there is actually quite some things that I need to do today, and yeah, it's gonna take a bit of time, I guess. I really think because I need to render things, I remember. But yeah, anyway, I do hope that I'm gonna be a bit faster, that I'm gonna be not that slow, but yeah, anyway. Yeah, let's see. I do think that I'm probably gonna go through something philosophy related or stoicism per se related, but I don't know that much. Let's actually see what the stoicism subreddit is saying on why we shouldn't try to suppress our emotions, but only control our reaction to them. Actually, a pretty interesting concept and or idea and or just I totally believe in it. I did something I hadn't done in 15 years of oncology. I grieved with my team. How? Our team gathered together, doctors, nurses, support staff, and even administrators, and with the guidance of our social workers, we shared what we were feeling about recent patient losses. We listened to each other. We cried together. I allowed my team to see a vulnerable side of myself, the side that had been told since medical school never to show herself or else. Or else what? Because here's the thing, nothing bad happened. In fact, good things happened. Both social workers thanked me afterwards for my candor and for being willing to show emotion in front of the team. Because they said it gave the rest of the team permission to show their emotions too. Wow. I thought, does that mean before this grief session my team didn't think I felt the same things that they did surrounding patient loss? Then I realized that from our first days of medical school, doctors are conditioned to hide their emotions away. I actually didn't, first of all, think about that and didn't know that. To suppress and conceal. And because I had never spoken to my team about my grief over patient losses before, they assumed I didn't experience it to the same degree. Suppressing these feelings kind of made me feel less than human, which is definitely not the way I want to be perceived by my team or my patients. From Jennifer Lissett's article, Allowing Grief is Integration Better Than Compartmentalization. This real life example, in my opinion, is a great reminder that we shouldn't seek to suppress all negative emotions or hide them necessarily. Instead, our goal should be to express them wisely, which I do think is concerning Stoicism a common quote unquote disbelief. Because, as something else is, but I just don't remember it right now. As maybe, well, there is something, there's something a lot of people seem to get wrong about Stoicism, which I have understood, I really have, and it really made sense. I think it's been about appreciating, not really appreciating things, but yeah, of course, showing emotions and or just being unemotional. And this is definitely not the case for Stoics. We, or what means we, but Stoics and or people that do maybe practice Stoicism, I don't necessarily believe that they are unemotional. I just believe that they are in control of themselves quite, because nobody really is. But yeah, I do have to say, hiding emotions and suppressing them is never a good idea, because most often our emotions show us things that we are not seeing without them. For example, things we should be changing, things we should be working on, and way more things, or way many things. And it is incredibly important, therefore, to think about that and keep that in mind and react to those emotions by just changing something then, and or thinking, well, is this really the case? Am I really pissed off because of whatever happened? Am I really unhappy because of whatever happened? Am I really whatever because of whatever happened? And I do think it is an incredibly important thing, to just understand yourself, your life, create a better life, make a better life, and all of these things. Like, it really does make sense. And of course, if you're suppressing them, you're just, you're preventing yourself from progressing and growing and doing more and stuff, which is good, I would say. I don't know how you think about it, but I think it is a good thing. Interesting quote found in the gift shop of all places today. In a gift shop of all places. Okay. I'm an old man now. I have seen lots of trouble. Most of it never happened. Really interesting. Yeah. Sober up, recall yourself, shake off sleep once more, realize that they were mere dreams that troubled you, and now that you are awake again, look on these as you would have looked on a dream. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations 7:31. I mean, it's amazing. Like, there's so many great... You know what? I just remember something. I just remembered that some time ago, I actually did record. Have I uploaded that? I don't think so, actually. Well, maybe, just maybe, I don't know. No, but I don't think so. Let me have a look. I do think that I've recorded one episode going through Seneca's letters to Lucilius. Oh, I have already uploaded that, yeah. It's only been an audio version. So yeah, never mind. Never ever mind. It is fine. We spend too much time in our heads or absurdity, then life, like a brief flash, has passed you by. Let's read it. Your parents get old, they die, so do your grandparents. Your friends get married, you lose touch. You get old yourself. And what do you really spend your life doing? Look at the people on Reddit. There is good, yes, but there is also endless argument, political and otherwise. Think about the absurdity of all this shit, I guess, and how much we attribute meaning and importance to it. Or even random arguments we have on a daily, weekly basis, or the various strong emotions like petty anger or vengeance we seek to inflict on others, or the meaningless little goals we seek to fulfill. We do all this, but we don't live in the moment. We don't see our mother, our father get old, get frail, and before we know it, they die. And then you wonder if you should maybe have lived in the moment and spent more time with them. I know it's maybe a common thought, but it really hit me how you should savor the moment and how brief life is. I'm a millennial and feel old already. My parents are starting to look frail and death is smiling at them. My friends are looking old, getting married or having kids. I feel like I spent my 20s in meaningless arguments, meaningless angst, meaningless suffering, and it's gone. I'm now 31. Don't you ever think about the modern capitalist world? It makes us feel like life is infinite due to the endless distractions and useless goals we are made to seek. The majority of us seem to live meaningless lives, and we die at the end, bitter and wondering how the F it went by so fast. We're so caught up in our little egoistical quests that we don't realize we're supposed to live. Modern society has taken us so far from our animal nature. Animals only live in the present, that we basically are incapable of savoring the moment, and things like memento mori feel hollow until we see the face of our aging parents, or worse yet, their coffins. How meaningless most of us are, how easily we waste our lives instead of living the most each day. Most of us wake up too late on our deathbeds or crying as our parents and loved ones die. If you are in this position or mindset now, like I am, please change. Please make the most of tomorrow, or you will cry of despair when you regret it later. Focus what truly matters. Focus on what truly matters. The internet and whatever the fuck is happening in Reddit or politics doesn't. I do want to upvote that. There's no upvotes, I think, on that. I think it's amazing. I really do think so, and sometimes it really does hit me as well. It really does hit me in a way of, okay, man, you're focusing on some bullshit. You're having some bullshit on your mind, and amor fati, love faith. whatever is happening, of course, there are some things that are pissing you off. Of course, there's some things that you might be unhappy about. But enjoy the moment that you're having. Enjoy the singular fucking moment that you're having. Whether it is fully just making you feel good or just something in between, or maybe it's even just not letting you feel that good. But amor fati, love faith, love the moment. Don't merely accept it, but don't wish it to be different. And if you think about it, it's not that of a strange thing anymore. Of course, if I say like, okay, something very severe happened, then you just do not wish for it to have happened differently. Of course, it is a strange thing. Of course, it is something that you... I'm sorry. Something that you might not like to say and or not really admit, but just say. But I don't know. Like, no matter what's going on, no matter what's happening, there is a lot of good things you can see in that. And there's a lot of peace you can find in that. And ultimately, if you're able to just be peaceful in your mind, then then things are actually pretty good and pretty well. Today I decided to stop judging people. I generally think that everyone tries to do or think they do the best they can with what they have, struggling with their education, their own limitations, their truths, the hidden lies, etc. Actually, do also kind of think so. I always assume that people are actually very positive and are trying to do good things. Might not always be the best approach, might not always be the best thing to say, to do, to whatever. But yeah, I kind of just do that. How to practice Stoicism in 3 simple steps. Here are the 3 easy steps to understand and practice Stoic philosophy. The first one is always behave with the interest of the human cosmopolis in mind. The second, some things are up to you, many are not up to you. Focus on the former and accept the later as they come. And the last is, in everything you do, ask yourself, is this wise, courageous, just, and or temperate? That's it. Follow these 3 steps and you will become a practicing Stoic, not to mention a better human being. Now, for those of you who are a bit more inquisitive about where the above comes from, let us break it down further. First, behave as a good person or behave as a good member of the human cosmopolis. Do as Socrates did, never replying to the question of where he was from with I am Athenian or I am from Corinth, but always I'm a citizen of the world. I do get that asked quite often in the meantime, and it would be one of the strangest things to answer that in that case, like, okay, or in that way. Well, yeah, I'm a citizen of the world, motherfucker. What's up? The Stoics thrived to think of fellow human beings as a member of their own family, a practice known as oikiosis, to live according to nature for a human being, translates into using our reasoning ability to make the cosmopolis a better place for everyone. The second, some things are up to you, many are not up to you. Some things are within our power, while others are not. Within our power are opinion, motivation, desire, aversion, and in a word, whatever is of our own doing. Not within our power or our body, our property, reputation, office, and in a word, whatever it is not of our own doing. This is what is known in modern Stoic circles as the dichotomy of control. Though the term unfortunately easily leads to confusion, what is up to you is to make sound decisions and to work at whatever you set as the goal, hence engage in anything you do by accompanying it with a reserve clause. I will do it if I'm not precluded by the external factors. And the third, the 4 cardinal virtues. Among the virtues, some are primary, some are subordinate to these. The following are the primary: wisdom, courage, justice, temperance. The 4 primary or cardinal virtues can be used as a kind of ethical compass to navigate life. In anything we do, we may profitably ask ourselves if we are acting virtuously, and in particular whether we are being wise, courageous, just, and temperate. This, in a nutshell, is Stoicism. Of course, there is a lot more to be said in terms of theory and far more to consider when it comes to practice. But if you begin your day by remembering the 3 steps above and then try to consistently implement them at every occasion, you will be on your way to become one of Epictetus' best students. And yeah, I think that I'm gonna end the episode there. I don't know how long I've been recording, but I'm gonna look that up. If I can, maybe, please. 16 minutes, yeah. Already so much. Didn't realize that. But my voice is getting a little bit fucked because I'm kind of whistling, kind of not, and we're having full moon apparently. Anyway, I wish you the best health, happiness, and all success, and also hope that you're gonna remind yourself and you're gonna be remembered, which basically means your legacy. Basically means just being a nice person and then being remembered as a nice person, which is a pretty fucking cool thing. 3 other questions that I have for you are: why are you here? What are you trying to change, and what is bothering you the most? These 3 questions hopefully gonna show you your purpose and maybe even a business idea, which is a pretty fucking cool thing. One last thing that I'm willing to give you is, what could you essentially say to another person that is indeed gonna change their life? Because I totally believe we all can do that, and we all can say something. And yeah, with that being said, thank you very much for listening. I really truly appreciate that, and I'm hopefully gonna see you the next time. So bye bye.